Hello vinyl community and anyone else watching. It's been a minute, hasn't it? Today was Record Store Day, so I thought, since I haven't been to a record store day in a couple of years, that and I did go today. I went to two different record stores actually. The first one, they didn't have a lot, but they had the two things I wanted most. And I found out going to the second one later, which I didn't buy anything at, they were much cheaper than the second one. Like, I don't know, 15 or 20% cheaper. So I'm really glad that I went to the first one, which is the usual record store I go to. In fact, you won't be able to see it, but this is its symbol. It's called Broad Street Records, and that's where I went today. And very short video here. Just going to show you a couple things I picked up. And one thing I picked up maybe a week ago, just to fill out the video a little bit, because I only picked up two record store items, record store day items, and one former record store day, maybe two former record store day items actually, and another album later on, and a CD at record store day. Anyway, I hope you guys have all been great, by the way. I have, you know, I've been around. I've been doing the occasional, you know, live stream with people and hanging out and that kind of thing. A movie show here and there. Doc Dacus' stream twice a week. You can catch me over there. But I'm going to try to make videos now and again, but I'm not buying nearly the amount of stuff that I used to. Partly because it's not available, and partly because I don't have the kind of money to spend on records that have, I don't care what they say, 24% increase. No, I think records have doubled in price. So I don't have that kind of money these days. But anyway, I saved up to do a little bit of splurging for Record Store Day. So here we go with the first item. This was number one on my list. And they had it. One copy. One copy of each of these is what he had. And I was fine with that. This is The Replacement's first major label album. I know my lighting in here is terrible. Sorry about that. Not much I can do about it. Hopefully you guys can see this. This is The Replacement's Tim album. Record Store Day copy is a 2-record set. One record is the original remix or mix of the album, probably remastered. I'm sure it's going to sound great. But the other one is the Ed Stasium mix made at the time and sort of rejected, and it got remixed. A lot of the tracks got recut actually. Alex Chilton started out as the producer on this, and he got fired along the way. He was just too much perfectionist for the guys. But it's got all of the tracks on both records. It's just been duplicated, but you know, there's going to be different versions, different mixes, all of that kind of stuff. So very much looking forward. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there's the track listing. You only need to see it for one because, again, they're both the same. Hype sticker. Well, I haven't done this for a while with a lot of practice. There we go. Hype sticker. Replacements, Tim. Very glad to have that. The other Record Store Day purchase I made was Alex Chilton's Set. This is an album that came out in the mid to late 90s and has never been had a vinyl release, as far as I know, worldwide anywhere. There's your track list. Maybe you can see that. He's doing his usual thing, some covers, some originals. The hype sticker says, you know, Alex at the top of his game. I think he was at the top of his game the album before this one. But still, this is pretty good, and it's one of the last things we actually got from Alex as far as originality and stuff. So, very happy to have this. And again, don't know. The other one was on colored vinyl. actually. I forget what color. This I think is black. This is on swinging purple vinyl, the replacements. This probably just black vinyl. I have not opened it yet. Obviously just got it today. And that was it for Record Store Day this year purchases. But that was enough. Again, there was a few other things I was interested in at the second store I went to, but just as an example, they didn't even have the Alex Chilton at the second record store. The first record store had the replacements. I paid $35 for it. They wanted $43 for it. That's a significant price difference. So I wound up not buying anything there because it was just too expensive. So there you go. And the first record store, by the way, and he had no sales going on either, just the store as it usually is, which isn't, I don't love the store anyway. I don't think I've ever bought anything there, to be honest. They opened a record store in my hometown finally, and I don't buy anything there because it's too expensive. Anyway, this other store I go to that's a few towns away, Broad Street Records, he had 15% off everything that wasn't Record Store Day. This year's Record Store Day. And I couldn't believe he still had one of these laying around from, what, 10 years ago or something like that? The Zombies, still sealed. The BBC sessions from Record Store Day, literally like 10 years ago. Something like that. Could not believe that this was, still had this lying around. 2 record set. $35, but again, 15% off. So grab that happily. I never thought I would see this again. And there it was, just sitting in the record store. So I collect BBC recordings. I love alternate takes and, you know, live on the BBC, all of that kind of stuff. So great to have that. Looking forward to giving that a spin. Most of this, if not all of it, is probably on the Zombies box set. And Rhino put out a single disc of this on vinyl years ago, but it's been out of print forever. I do have that, but it would be nice having pretty much everything that's ever come out on the Zombies on BBC, one of my favorite bands. And I picked this up. Halloween Nuggets. I have no idea what this is. 21 tracks on neon orange vinyl. This is going to be all 50s and early 60s stuff. Like Halloween type tunes. You know, the kind of stuff I always wish I had more of, and I don't. And here we go. I'm going to have it now. It's on orange vinyl. This was not a Record Store Day thing or anything, but he had a box, or 2 boxes of, he got a deal somewhere of sealed records that go back from even the 60s through today. And he just put 20 bucks a piece on the boxes, plus again 15% off. So this was, you know, what, you know, 17 bucks, something like that. So yeah, I'll take that in a heartbeat. So there we go. Haunted Underground Classics. So looking forward to, I might not even spin this till next Halloween, but anyway, picked that up today. And also today, this was $9 and I just couldn't pass it up. On CD, the Bobby Vinton Singles Collection. This is a 3 CD set, 95 tracks on this thing. It comes with a nice booklet, comes in a nice cardboard box. It's thick. This is UK, by the way, too. EMI UK. And comes with a nice booklet. Mostly pictures inside, like pictures of singles and yeah, just in. And he only had $9 on this, and again 15% off. So what? $8, a little under $8 for 3-disc Bobby V set. So, and this thing is minty, minty, minty. So grab that. And the other day, a week ago maybe, something like that, I was at my local Barnes & Noble, who doesn't have much of a record selection anymore at all. But they did have one little section of, again, the $20 price tag thing. Everything in this section, $20. And I wanted to get this for a long time, and I never did. Entering Heaven Alive. I think this is still the latest by Jack White. And it's a mostly, if not all, acoustic album. I've only listened to a little of it. I haven't had the time. But and it comes with a slip mat, and I have opened this. So here's the inner sleeve. It's really, I really like the design of this thing. I think this is probably going to wind up being my second favorite Jack White solo. I love the label because there's like nothing on it. Everything Jack White does is interesting. I don't always like it, but everything he does is always interesting. And there is an insert as well. Very shiny, heavy, glossy. Well, this part's shiny and this part's matte. So interesting here with all the lyrics to the songs, which is really cool. And like I said, $20, and it came with a slip mat, which looks like the you know, the record label. And this is a decent slip mat. I'm using cork right now, but if I wasn't using cork, this is cool. Plus it's got these moons, which I'm sure would strobe, because they're all different. I think this is a pretty cool slip mat. So, yeah, it was $20 at I always call it Borders. Barnes & Noble. Jack White, Entering Heaven Alive. And that's it. That's all I got. For those, I'll do a quick life update because I haven't done one of these videos in so long. But I think most of you probably know that it, more than a year ago now, I broke my arm, and I had to live with my mother for like 4 months. It was my right arm. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything, and that kind of messed my life up a little bit, and that was part of the reason I've been gone. And my podcast has been on and off, but it's back on right now. snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. I appreciate anybody listening to it, and that's about it. Mostly I just wanted to reconnect and say hello and say I'm not gone. I'll come back and do more of these. I don't know when, but we'll say soon. And that's about it. Again, I hope you're all doing well, and that's it. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and say hi in the comments. I will do my best to say hi back, and catch you next time. See you later, guys.